It's a good bounce back win for us today. I thought we started the game with the right tone on the defensive end. And so that was
Everyone thought the chaos had finally settled once Team USA returned from Paris with another gold medal. On the surface, it looked like business as usual, another dominant run, another trophy secured. But behind the scenes, a very different reality was taking shape. And now, the last piece has fallen. After months of criticism, backlash, and claims of internal conflict, Team USA head coach Cheryl Reeve is officially gone. While the official statement presents it as a routine contract ending or mutual split, the timing reveals a far more complicated and uncomfortable truth. One that highlights what happens when the establishment collides with the most influential star in modern sports. This was never just about basketball. Leaving Caitlin Clark off the Olympic roster didn't only cost Team USA massive viewership and global momentum, it may have ultimately cost Cheryl Reeve her position. To understand why this departure has rocked the basketball world, we have to return to the moment everything exploded. It all started with the announcement of the 2024 Olympic roster. When the names were released, one omission stunned fans everywhere: Caitlin Clark. This wasn't simply unexpected. It felt deliberate. Clark was shattering TV records, selling out arenas nationwide, and pulling women's basketball into the mainstream spotlight. She had become the face of the sport. Yet somehow, she was deemed unready for international competition. The reaction was immediate and intense. Fans flooded social media with accusations of gatekeeping as disbelief turned into outrage. Very quickly, focus narrowed onto one central figure believed to be driving the decision: head coach Cheryl Reeve. Almost overnight, the storyline shifted. What had been framed as a basketball call now felt deeply personal. Speculation grew that the league's old guard wasn't merely cautious about Clark. They were threatened by her rise. Rumors spread that the decision had little to do with defense or experience, and everything to do with sending a message that Clark hadn't earned her place. Instead of welcoming the sport's new star, leadership appeared intent on humbling her, and Reeve was widely viewed as the face of that resistance. The friction didn't begin with the Olympic roster. It had been building long before Clark ever stepped onto a professional court. Months earlier, Reeve had publicly criticized the media's intense focus on one rookie during preseason coverage. On paper, those remarks sounded fair, but to the millions of new fans Clark brought into the game, they came across as resentment. Every time Reeve brushed aside questions about Clark or minimized her impact, suspicion grew. One particular social media post, where Reeve implied viewers were tuning in because of the opposing team rather than Clark, became a defining flashpoint. It was subtle, but it shaped everything that followed. A clear us versus them divide was established. On one side were the fans, demanding to see the most electrifying player in the world on the biggest stage. On the other was the establishment, firmly holding on to tradition and insisting popularity shouldn't dictate decisions. Then the numbers arrived, and they told a harsh story. While the WNBA experienced its most successful season ever thanks to the Clark effect, Olympic viewership fell short of expectations. The gold medal game performed respectably, but nowhere near its potential. Analysts labeled the situation a marketing disaster. Leaving the most recognizable female basketball player on the planet at home was widely viewed as a massive financial mistake. Behind closed doors, broadcasters had expected Clark to fuel historic ratings, but that surge never came. Team USA secured gold, but they lost control of the narrative. The argument that the decision was purely basketball-based began to fall apart as fans analyzed the roster. Clark was criticized for lacking experience and physicality. Yet Team USA struggled in areas where she thrives: ball movement, spacing, and offensive creativity. In close Olympic matchups, especially against France, the offense stalled. Social media echoed the same sentiment again and again. Caitlin Clark would fix this. Every turnover and missed opportunity amplified her absence. The player left at home became more talked about than those on the court. As scrutiny intensified, reporters pressed harder. Instead of easing tensions, Reeve pushed back. During press conferences, she denied any bias and claimed she was taking bullets for the organization. Rather than quieting the noise, Those comments made her the symbol of the controversy. Discontent wasn't limited to fans. Quietly, agents and marketing executives acknowledged that the league had missed a once-in-a-generation opportunity. The Olympics are the biggest global stage in sports. The exposure, viral moments, and merchandise potential of Clark have been lighting up Paris were enormous. That chance was gone, and in professional sports, lost revenue often outweighs wins. Throughout the WNBA season, the contrast became impossible to ignore. Indiana Fever games turned into national events. Arenas sold out. Jersey sales skyrocketed. Weeknight TV ratings rivaled major men's sports broadcasts. Meanwhile, discussion around Team USA remained overwhelmingly negative. Even dominant wins were overshadowed by one recurring question. Whereas Caitlin, the rivalry narrative only intensified the backlash. Fans believed veterans were attempting to humble Clark through physical play and relentless pressure. Reeve was seen as the leader of that old guard. But instead of breaking Clark, it elevated her. She improved rapidly, shattered records, led the league in assists, and proved she belonged among the world's elite. By the time the Olympics began, the experience argument was already dead. The narrow victory against France became the breaking point. Team USA survived, but barely. Critics highlighted the stagnant offense and lack of playmaking, the exact problem Clark solves with her generational vision. After the Olympics, the silence was telling. There was no celebratory media tour, no victory lap. Then came the announcement. Cheryl Reeve would not return. Officially, it was her choice. Unofficially, the pressure had become unbearable. With the 2028 Olympics approaching in Los Angeles, USA basketball needed a reset. Caitlin Clark will be the face of that team. Keeping the coach who left her off the 2024 roster would have been a public relations nightmare. By moving on now, the organization is clearing the path for a new era. This exit represents more than a coaching change. It marks a philosophical shift. Reeves' defensive, grinded-out approach belongs to a previous era. Clark represents pace, spacing, and modern basketball. USA basketball understands it must evolve, not just win, but to remain relevant. Ultimately, this saga is about ego versus reality. Cheryl Reeve is a legendary coach, but she failed to see that Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a movement. Movements can't be benched. Tidal waves can't be stopped. The gatekeepers have lost their grip. The future is here, and Caitlin Clark is only just beginning.